Hey guys, welcome back to the First Mint. This is the third video of the tutorial series where we're going to look at buying and selling strategies and how to build your collection in Top Shot. Again, this isn't trading advice, and this is just my personal opinion, how I like to do it and what has worked for me. So I encourage you to kind of learn the market and develop your own strategy. If you watch the first two videos by this point, you should have a pretty good idea of how things work, enough so that you can go and kind of play around with what's going on. So the biggest question I've been hearing is, what moments should I get? I've been seeing that on Discord and on Twitter. And that is honestly, that's an excellent question. There's hundreds of NBA players available to you here. So, the biggest question is, which ones should you get? My recommendation, honestly, is to go for ones at first that you like. My first recommendation, go for players that you love, players that are your favorites. If you love LeBron, go get LeBron. Like I documented last time, I got Karis Lever. Let's talk about maybe another player that I love. Let's look at Kyle Lowry. So if I was a first-time collector, I'd want to go in here and look at different Kyle Lowry moments and start to build my collection of Kyle Lowry. Again, always choose with your heart. I think that is somewhere you can never go wrong. So you can see here, even if I'm a casual Kyle Lowry fan, I've got some good options. I can get some more rare ones, like ones that have 499 limited edition series 2 or 275 limited edition series 1, or a legendary. If I've got some bigger bucks, I can drop $700 for this HOLO Kyle Lowry HOLO edition, which is a really awesome moment. So again, I love that one where he just hucks that 3-pointer. It's awesome. So again, if you are looking to pick up your first couple moments, a recommendation is to pick ones that you like. Again, this is probably a pretty juicy option for me, a $2 Kyle Lowry limited edition, a great way to get started. My second recommendation is to think about what you want to do with moments. So some moments you're going to buy of players that you love, and some moments you might buy because you want to flip them, and that is totally fine. So how do you flip them? Basically, if I thought that this Kyle Lowry moment of $2 or $8, if I thought that for some reason that is going to go up in price, let's say Kyle Lowry tomorrow wins the MVP or something like that, but nobody knows that but me. I just have a hunch. That would be a good time to go and buy a Kyle Lowry moment before that, and then maybe sell it for more later. That is the beauty of Top Shot, is that you can do that in real time, right? So again, think about what you want to do with your moments. Some of them you might want to hoard. Some of them you might want to just do some quick flips. The way the market is growing and scaling right now, there is definitely a good opportunity to do some quick flips. The third point I want to make is to look at the price history behind a moment. So let's say, I want to invest in a very rare moment. I want like some kind of legendary moment. I want this Kyle Lowry HOLO. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to go investigate what's going on here. I've got the Kyle Lowry HOLO. The way you can see the history of this moment is actually by scrolling down and seeing the sale. So if you scroll all the way to the bottom of a history of a moment, you can see which user has bought this moment. You can see which serial number. Remember the minted moments, the minted numbers for the serial numbers for how many have been minted, and the order and how the market usually prefers the lower ones. I can see who bought it, for how much, and on which date. There's also a really awesome community tool called intangible.market that you can use for that. It gives you a bit more in-depth knowledge. You can ask around in Discord for that. I'm sure people will send you the link. But basically, when you're doing your research for a moment, you want to go here and go take a look at what has happened to this moment, who's bought it, for how much. I'll give you a good example of a flip here. You can see this person, this user down here on October 2nd, a couple months back, they bought number 46, right, for $235. And then all the way up here on January 8th, they sold number 46 for $475. So this person, Andy, they made a profit of, what is that, $240. It took them about 3 months to make it, but they made a profit of $245 or $240 just by holding this Kyle Lowry HOLO moment. That was an excellent decision on their part, clearly. Or maybe they should have held, because now the base floor for this moment is actually $700. So maybe they could have made a little bit more money. But maybe, the person who bought it, they really wanted it. And maybe this person who now owns number 46 is actually going to hold it. So in terms of strategy, again, look at the price history. That's something that's available to you in Top Shot. So I highly recommend it. The last piece of advice I'll give you is to follow along. Discord might be foreign to some of you, but I highly recommend it. It's the best place to connect with the community. You can also follow along on Twitter. The best way to keep up with the trends and to find your flips or your keepers or whatever it is you want is to just keep up with the times. If you like watching basketball, it shouldn't be too hard for you to follow along with Top Shot. Again, my personal strategies, I look for great players I love. I look for great plays that were amazing. There's in here in Top Shot, there's actually the LeBron James Kobe tribute dunk that you can buy. And then also I look for players that I think will retain value. You know, if you listen to the podcast, you know that I've got a kind of tier system where I put LeBron in the top tier and then a few players in the second tier and so on. That's something I really believe in and something that I've learned from just observing the marketplace over time. My last tip is to kind of take your time, be patient, and learn the market. And again, you know, invest with your heart, but only so much. Be smart too. So that's it for the tutorial series. I hope this has been helpful. Shoot me a follow or a DM or something like that on Twitter or Discord, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to learn. Thanks.